This is the meeting within the framework of His Majesty King Mohammed VI's guidelines. Firstly, by the involvement of Moroccan diplomacy in a pragmatic and efficient way in the work of the AU and the active contribution in all of its mechanisms. It is also within the framework of His Majesty King Mohammed VI's guidelines in terms of attention given issues that are particularly important for the African continent, whether it concerns development, security and stability, climate change, migration, youth, and other things. All the issues that are a priority in the African continent. The guidelines of His Majesty, the King, is that Morocco is involved in an efficient way, and for Morocco to be among the leading countries to lead Africa to face these issues. And the guideline of His Majesty the King to share Morocco's experience regarding a number of issues that constitute today a challenge for the African continent. Another meeting will be scheduled in a week on climate change as prelude to the COP27 held in the Sharm el-Sheikh. Morocco sees that in addition to its economic and environmental effects, climate change is today an issue that threatens the security and peace and has a direct effect on stability in the African continent, which is why a second ministerial meeting will be held for this issue to unite the African continent's vision in terms of the effects of climate change on security and peace in the African continent. The meeting was very important, attended by all the members of the PSC. There was a significant attendance on the ministerial level. 8 ministers were present from different countries: Tunisia, South Africa, Tanzania, and more. There were also interventions from 12 out of 15 members of the PSC. The subject is topical and important. 50% of terrorism victims worldwide are located in the African continent. 30,000 victims and 7,000 terrorist operations. Africa has at least 27 terrorist groups that are present in the UN lists. Africa today is the second place where terrorist operations happen in the world. This means that we are talking about a very important topic that has effects on security and stability, on the victims, but also on the economy. During the last 10 years, the effect of terrorist operation in Morocco reached more than $170 billion, and the economic cost of terrorism was multiplied by 9 during the last 10 years. Africa has 19 separatist groups in different places in the African continent, which have strong links with terrorist groups. Separatism and terrorism are two sides of the same coin. They are the same danger. They work in the same way and for the same goals. What deepens this issue of terrorism is this rapprochement, this alliance that exists between separatism and terrorism, which can explain why Africa has become today one of the regions that suffer from terrorism most. During the discussion, it was clear that there is a need for a preventive work in the African continent because we have strategies, documents, and meetings.